Hi, I'm Warren Sprouse. You're here with me on the Bible Forum. We do this every Sunday night from 8 to 10 p.m. live. This is not live, this is a recording so that you can have this during the week. I want to talk to you about what every man knows about responding to a bully. Every man knows, and I don't know, maybe you women know too, but I'm not a woman, I don't know what you girls know. But I know that every man understands that if you give a bully an inch, what? He'll take a mile. You can never give in to bullies. The reality is when you are confronted by a bully, if you show weakness, you'll get more of it. This doesn't mean that you escalate into a fight or that you return evil for evil. But it certainly doesn't mean scampering off to avoid further confrontations, re-evaluating your life so that you don't run into this person again, restructuring everything you do, living in fear. Bullies don't pick on people who are bigger and who are stronger and more aggressive. The victim of choice is always someone they perceive to be weaker than they. People who are basically mild in their temperament and perhaps even fearful, which is most children. And so it's not really personal. These are simply bullies, and bullies have their own problems. Bullies seem to need constant reinforcement that they're bigger, stronger, better, smarter, whatever it might be. They view it as leadership. They're standing up. They're taking control. But it's really a sign of weakness and fear. And as they get older, if they get wiser, they'll understand that. But bullies are not new. Bullies have been around as long as there's human beings on the planet. What's new in our society is that we have become the weaklings. Instead of teaching our children how to deal with the bullies, we're trying to stop the bullies, shame the bullies, penalize the bullies, insult and embarrass the bullies so they'll stop. What this really amounts to is defining bullying down, because now everything is bullying. It's also protecting children from any and all forms of bullying, so they never really learn. They never really strengthen. And now this whole philosophy has found its way into adult behavior. And we watch it every day on the news as those who are responsible to keep society safe and strong apply these same foolish lessons to the international bullies. Giving in to Iran on nuclear development will not stop Iran from developing a nuclear capability. Everybody above ground knows that. And Iran with nuclear capability, or the possibility, will send a shudder of alarm throughout the entire neighborhood. It will stimulate an arms race for protection. And everybody knows that. This week, Saudi Arabia stood up and said, we are putting money where our mouth is, and we are going to put together a united Arab army to protect ourselves from Iran. Why? Because the West won't do it. A stronger Iran means a threatened Turkey. And a threatened Turkey will result in a Turkey who will start to arm themselves and become more aggressive. It will alarm everybody in the neighborhood. It will stimulate something that we're going to wish we had not stimulated. Why? Because we don't know how to deal with bullies. And if you think Turkey isn't going to stand up, do you remember the Ottoman Empire? It ran the whole eastern part of the Mediterranean for 400 years. The Turks remember the Ottoman Empire, even if you don't. A stronger and a more threatened Jordan will create more possibilities of confrontation on all of their borders with Syria, borders with Iraq. Syria is an Iranian protectorate. This is serious, serious business. And we all know that this is the way it works. I know it. You know it. We're not foreign affairs experts. We just know how people live. We are living in a world where most people prefer to be weak or to demonstrate weakness, as if this is going to help. It doesn't help small children in the hallway at school, and it doesn't help nations either.